brought to you by TaleBot Bedtime Stories, personalized tales for kids aged 0 to 8. Want to create a bedtime story for your child? Visit talebotai.com/create. Now, let's sit back and enjoy the story.
Rhett's Curious Journey Through Monkeyland. A special bedtime story for Rhett. Once upon a time, in a small town called Sunnyvale, there lived a curious little boy named Rhett. Rhett was always filled with questions and a thirst for adventure. Every night before bed, his parents would read him a story. But this night was different. This night, Rhett's imagination would take him on a magical journey through Monkeyland. As Rhett lay in his cozy bed, he listened intently as his parents began reading a very special book called the Curious George Classic Collection. The book was filled with tales of a mischievous little monkey named George, who always found himself in exciting and hilarious situations. Rhett's eyes sparkled with excitement as his parents turned the pages and introduced him to the world of George. In the first story, Curious George, Rhett discovered how George ended up living with the man in the yellow hat. He learned that George loved to explore and that sometimes his curiosity led to funny and unexpected adventures. Rhett couldn't help but giggle as he imagined George swinging from the trees and getting into all sorts of mischief. In Curious George Takes a Job, Rhett joined George as he embarked on a new adventure. George tried his hand at different jobs and learned valuable lessons along the way. Rhett admired George's determination and how he always found a way to make things right. He couldn't wait to see what George would do next. As the night went on, Rhett dove deeper into the world of Curious George. He joined George on his bike in Curious George Rides a Bike and cheered him on as he participated in a bicycle race. Rhett's heart raced as George pedaled faster and faster, and he felt the wind in his own hair as he imagined himself riding alongside George. In Curious George Gets a Medal, Rhett celebrated George's bravery as he saved the day during a fire at the town's annual picnic. Rhett's eyes widened with wonder as George swung from tree to tree, rescuing his friends from danger. He learned that even the smallest acts of courage could make a big difference. Rhett's journey through Monkeyland continued with Curious George Flies a Kite. He watched in awe as George's kite soared high in the sky, dancing with the clouds. Rhett couldn't help but imagine himself holding the kite's string, feeling the thrill of flying high above the treetops, just like George. In Curious George Learns the Alphabet, Rhett joined George on a learning adventure. Rhett eagerly repeated each letter as George discovered them, feeling a sense of accomplishment with each new word and sound. Rhett's parents smiled as they watched their son's enthusiasm grow with every page. Finally, in Curious George Goes to the Hospital, Rhett learned about the importance of taking care of oneself and helping others. He followed George's journey as he visited the hospital and met new friends. Rhett felt a sense of empathy and realized the value of kindness and compassion. As Rhett's parents closed the book, his eyes were filled with wonder and excitement. His heart was filled with the joy of imagination and the lessons he had learned from George. Rhett hugged his parents tightly and thanked them for taking him on this incredible journey through Monkeyland. With dreams of adventure still swirling in his mind, Rhett closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep. As he slept, he dreamed of swinging from trees, soaring with kites, and exploring new places, just like his friend George. And so, the curious journey through Monkeyland came to an end, but Rhett's thirst for adventure and curiosity remained. Every night, he would choose a new book to explore, allowing his imagination to take him on countless adventures, building memories that would last a lifetime. But for now, Rhett snuggled under his cozy blanket, knowing that there would always be new stories waiting for him to discover. Good night, little Rhett, and may your dreams be filled with curiosity and endless adventures.
Thank you for joining us on this enchanting journey. If you enjoyed tonight's story, remember, the magic doesn't have to end here. Craft your own adventure with TaleBot by visiting talebotai.com/create. And as a special treat, use the coupon code TALE99 at checkout to get your bedtime story for just 99 cents, instead of the usual $2.99. Sweet dreams, and until our next tale.